Hi guys, and something else I thought I'd let you have a look at was what's going on again on the commissions table. I don't know if you remember, we'd done the last thing I'd done on the commissions and shown you was the reservists, and I've got some of these here I can show you again if you remember. There we go, nice chaps in the reserves. Those chaps are still ready, waiting to be based. What I've also got now is two nice units of the regulars that I started to work on. You see these chaps here. These are Fusiliers from the Prussian army of 1815. Pomeranian Fusiliers, as denoted with their white cuffs and collar, and the white shoulder strap denotes which battalion they are. They're ready to be done. We take a look at ones at the other side as well. There we go. Again, another set of Fusiliers. Still Pomeranian, but as you can see, a different shoulder strap this time, red one to denote a different battalion. At the front here, what we have is the last of the troops I've got to do. I've also done a full set of skirmishers for the line units. Now what you've got there is the guys originally undercoated, and then they've been given a coat of a lighter blue which was painted on, and then what I did was I dry brushed over top of that, because these are again reservists. These guys are going to have red facings. And the reservist uniform came from abroad, and it was a slightly lighter colour. So as you can see from the officer here, you can see this chap in close up, he's had his lighter blue put onto his jacket, but he hasn't had the dry brushing highlight on the top, so his uniform will stay slightly darker, which is exactly right for the period. Say the volunteers there are the last of the Prussian troops I've done. I've also done a few sets of Guard Chasseurs for Waterloo as well, which I'll show in a showcase. And I think there's a unit of Bavarians I did as well. They'll be up as well for the showcase. But I thought you might want to see how I progressed on from the chaps that I did first, the reservists. And yeah, I do these commissions and I do get on with them. And it's always nice just to show what's going on the workbench. Okay, thank you. Just one last thing before I go, guys. I thought you might like a look at how I progressed on some of the things I was doing. If you remember, one of the more recent videos was about the bolt action and the kit bashing. Well, something else that came up was I found this lovely artillery piece for the British, so I kit bashed myself a team to go, and as you can see, they've already been undercoated. I always undercoat the British with the chrome yellow effect, and then I put a wash on to bring them down. I don't know if you can see at the back there as well, over at the back here, for the vehicles that I've got, what I've found was that First Coat does some absolutely lovely figures here, as you can see, that are sort of vehicle riders. So there's a chap for the Germans, undercoated as well. These chaps though have been undercoated in like a brown, and I dry brush these. So the British, you get the yellow and then get washes of darker. The Germans, they get the brown and then they get dry brushed up. I also found over at the back here a nice metal piece from the Perrys that I had. Lovely Africa Corps motorcycle and sidecar team there. And I decided it was time to just have a test of some of the figures. So there you can see a British officer, quickly painted. Haven't gone absolutely crazy, because as you know with mine I just like to get them on the table, but these were just my testers. There's a sergeant, for the British, and another sergeant there with the head swab from the set, and a few of the command figures from the Germans for the Africa Corps. And as you can see, once the colours go on, the variant isn't as much as you think it is from the yellow base and the brown base. The colours sort of start to come together when you're doing the washing and the washing down and the dry brushing up. There we go. So there's those chaps. So going forward on that, that's okay. And then over at the side here, what we've also got is add-ons to my ranges for the Year of the Four Emperors. Over here we've got complete now Foundry Archers. I used to have a few of the First Corps ones thrown in, but I like one side to be Foundry in First Corps, and a complete First Corps Archers now in their blocks. Managed to find some more figures around to make them complete ones. Down at the front here, I also decided that I wanted to have some officers as the big men, as the people seem to call them in their games, mounted. So I've got a lovely Senior Centurion there, a Foundry one, to lead the Foundry side of the Four Emperors, and then this beautiful I decided on this beautiful Junior Tribune from First Corps for the First Corps figures. So nice, enjoyed painting those two up, although we're still working on. What I also did, if you remember from the time before, what you've got here is those figures that I showed you, which I'd converted the heads. These were the troops from First Corps that I have now painted up as the recruits for their legion. Got them in their set. A set of 8 down there, with their clear shields as their recruits. Whoops. Straighten that back up for you. There we go. And over at these chaps over here, what we've got is, if you remember, I said I'd found the Foundry ones with the Pelham. So I've done all of those guys with the Pelham. What I will do is I'm going to have the front 4 in my groups of 8. We'll have the sword and the back 4 the Pelham, obviously, as they did fight, sword at front, Pelham at back. What I've also got down the front here, as you can see, is I found some lovely scorpions. Had original Warlord Scorpion, but I found some others which I think were Foundry. And then what I've done is I've adapted for my First Corps Legions. I've adapted some First Corps figures of some of their auxiliary, and I've turned them into troops to use for the Scorpion. So I've now got 2 Scorpions. Actually, I think I've got 3 Scorpions I can actually use, but I've only actually added crews to the 2 for now. So still adding things, like I said, still doing things from the workshop, still doing the commissions, but hope you enjoyed that little quick update, and thanks for watching.